Hello everyone and welcome to Java Forever course. Currently we are learning single alternative decision, and in today's class we will see how single alternative decision is implemented in Java. We'll write a program, we will understand the details of the program so that you feel comfortable translating your algorithm or logic into single alternative decision. As you can see on the left side, I have created a code where I am saying when condition is true. Let's focus on this part because in single alternative, we are not bothered about what happens when the condition is false. And that's why it is called single alternative, because there are no two alternatives. To implement single alternative decision, you have to focus on two parts. One is focus on the condition, and then second is what to do when condition is true, a decision. So let's take a variable, say int num equal to 6. That's a standard variable. Now we are going to check if that variable is greater than 6. Then what do we want to do? That is what I refer it as your decision or your condition. And if this condition is true, I want to execute the code that's written inside here. If it is not true, then we are not worried right now. But after we check this condition, whether true or false, whatever happens, code resumes, and the control resumes, and code executes the lines that we wrote it here. This is pretty straightforward. The two part that you have to remember, as I said, is writing the condition. And once you write the condition, you have to use the word if, and use the condition with the if keyword. So we say if, and you write your condition here, or what I call it Boolean expression. And then if this is true, use in curly braces and a curly braces. Anything that goes in this pair of curly braces here, any code that you write here will be executed only when this condition is true. If this whole condition, whether it's one condition or you write multiple condition, the complex Boolean expression, overall the condition has to return true for this code to be executed. Then after this evaluation, if this condition is false or true, doesn't matter. If it's true, it will go inside and come out and continue here. If the condition is false, still in this case, it will come out and code will resume execution here. This is what I have shown in this diagram, in this example, where I write line number 1, Java executes. This is our first instruction to Java. Then in this line, we are going to check this condition. If the condition is true, line number 3 will execute. Pay attention to this pair of curly braces. And then irrespective of true or false, line number 4 will execute, and that's how program will continue and exit. Look at the code here. We are writing system.out.println. I live in a democratic country. This is the first line we want to print. Then we want to check if a variable age is greater than or equal to 18. And then you see a curly brace here and a curly brace here at the end. Anything that's written between the curly brace defines the scope of the curly braces, defines the scope of curly braces in a way that anything inside will execute only when this condition is true. So let's say right now we say age equal to 20. If we set a value 20 to age, right now is 20 greater than equal to 18? Yes, this line will execute. And it will print, hooray, I am eligible to vote now. And then it will exit. And then next line here, it will execute as usual, long live democracy. Now, if the age is 10, then age greater than 10 greater than equal to 18? No. Then it will skip this line. It will skip this line, and system will come out and print finally execute this line irrespective of whether condition true or false, because this line is at the same level as if, and it is outside that whole if. So if you notice here, if the age is 18, it will print 3 lines. It will print the first line here. It will print 3 lines. I live in democratic country. Hooray, I'm eligible to vote now. And long live democracy. But if the condition is false, that means age is not greater than 18, greater than or equal to 18, it will print just 2 lines. First, I live in a democratic country, which is your first line. Then this expression will not go inside. This part will skip because the expression is false, and it will go to this line and say long live democracy. So it will print only 2 lines. This is how we wrote total. If you look at it, we wrote 4 lines, 1, 2, 3, and 4 lines. But Java did not execute all the lines. We controlled and we told Java to execute based on condition, and if the age is less than 18, it will execute only 2 lines, right? This line, and third line, 3 lines in fact, not all 4 lines. But if age is more than 18 or equal to 18, then it will execute all 4 lines, because this line inside this curly braces will execute again. That's all in this. Pretty straightforward, very simple. In the next class, we will look into dual alternative decisions, where we not only care about what happens when the condition is true, we'll also learn what happens if the condition is false. But remember that curly braces is the key that defines what we do. Now, one important point is, if there is only one statement inside, like in this case, you can skip curly braces here. You don't really need to put it. So this thing, you can ignore curly braces like this, and Java will by default take the first line as the scope of that condition. But if you are more than one line and you want to create a block, always use curly braces. So even if there is single statement, I always recommend to put it under curly brace. The curly brace is you use to define a block of statements. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys in the next class. Go ahead and take the quiz and definitely practice, because practice is the only way you learn coding. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. Do subscribe and press the bell icon for more videos.